All right, you guys, happy Monday. I'm super, super excited to be able to bring on some amazing ladies this evening. We have a really good lineup of people who have went VIP, grabbed some awesome bonuses. Go ahead and mute you guys as you're coming on. So we're just gonna jump right in. I can't wait to hear from these ladies. I'm trying to figure out how you mute. Oh, I got it. Hold on. I have like a superpower button where I can mute everybody all at once. Awesome. Superpower is activated. Okay. Hi, babies. I see people's babies. I love the babies on Zooms. Hi, babies. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go ahead. The first person that I'm going to bring on Miss Sarah, actually. I see her sitting there with her beautiful baby. So Sarah, go ahead and unmute. You guys, Sarah just grabbed the 40K rank advancement bonus, which means she grabbed $40,000. Like all the zeros. $40,000, you guys. Can you even on that? It's so crazy. So crazy. So the first thing I want to ask you is just like, how is that money going to help your family?
It's going to help my family tremendously. The last 2 years, we've accumulated lots of credit cards, getting to where we are and getting our own home and things like that. And so it's going to help us a lot. Our plan is to be debt free and start a savings account. So that's huge.
That's amazing. That's like relief. That's priceless. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you. I'm really excited for you. I love your little family. And I mean, we all deserve that, but you are just so deserving. I just love that happened for you. So I want to know a little bit about, like, I know you were with another network marketing company before. What attracted you to come over here? Was there like a post that you saw? What was it that got your attention?
I had a friend, Rachel Hanley, who's my upline. She was always kind of in my inbox when I was with the other company. And when I ended with that company, she had sent me a mini, and it wasn't even, I was a day 10 thriver. So it wasn't that I like fell in love with it instantly, but I knew I could just tell day by day, a little by little, that I was feeling better. But once I started digging into this company and like really digging in and realizing what Le-Vel has to offer compared to any other company, I've done a few network marketing, but it is just amazing. Like there's no place like where we're at right now. Le-Vel is it. They are constantly giving back to customers, promoters. Now we have the TAC. I mean, like we're just constantly giving back. Like we are in the right place. And there's just, I could go on and on. Like Le-Vel, just the way we get paid, the team that we're on, the support that we have, the products that we have. It's just, they're all amazing.
Yeah, I'm always kind of like, I feel sometimes like I wish I would have found Le-Vel first, but I wouldn't have had anything to compare it to, you know what I mean? So coming from another network marketing company, I feel like I kind of have, that knowledge of just how amazing this is, because I know what it's like to be somewhere and not have it going on either. We have it going on over here for sure. So you're like huge on lives. I see you going live. I don't know. Are you still going live like every single morning?
I started getting back on my lives today. I fell off during the weekend time because my husband was home, but I do lives quite a bit. I was doing them just like when I was making my shakes in the morning and just kind of talking to people. And that's how I started doing my lives. But now I'll just do a live about whatever's on my mind, whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm feeling. Like if it's just kind of like something that's stirring around in my heart, I'm like, oh, I should talk about this. And those always seem to be the best. Actually, like people are always like, they'll message me because they feel, when you're being vulnerable on a live. But yeah, I try to do at least like 4 or 5 lives a week. And it's crazy because when I don't do a live, people will message me and be like, are you okay? What's going on with you? You didn't do a live today. Like yeah. They are expecting that, and it's building relationships through those lives too. So I am huge on lives. Yes.
Right. I love that. So I have a question actually that I want to know for myself, because sometimes I'll be thinking about doing a live, and even like when you were doing your lives in the morning, you were like going live every single morning, talking about your 3 steps, shaking your shake up. Did you ever feel like, oh, people have already heard this? Or how do you push through when you feel like you're saying like the same thing again? You know what I mean?
What I try to do is while I'm doing my shakes, I try to talk about my day. I try to talk about what I'm doing, what my plans are for the day. I try to include my audience in that, ask them what they're doing for their day, not just talking about the products. I'm talking about my day as well. And so they're seeing me prepare for my day and make these shakes. I'm not just saying, these are my 3 steps, this is what I do. I'm talking about my products, using the shakes, and then also saying, this is what I have to do today. You know, I'm so thankful for my 3 steps. They're going to help me get through the day. I kind of talk about that too. I don't just say, these are my 3 steps and this is what I take. I try to talk to my audience. They really like me getting on there every day. Like I said, what are you doing? Why aren't you on your live? You know, is your son okay? What's going on in your life? Because they're relating to me, talking to them, and just being real with them in the mornings.
Yeah, I love that. And that makes you like a real person. You're not just a Thrive commercial. You're Sarah, you're a mama, you're a wife, you're all the things, and people can see that. I love that. So drop us your top 3 like power tips. Like, what are your top tips? How do you grab $40,000?
I would say working really, really close with your team. I'm really blessed with an amazing team. Every single person on my team is just amazing. And we work really close with each other. I'm also privately messaging my promoters too, not just in the chat. What are they going through today? What are their needs? I try to really do that. Also adding to my network every single day. And for me, it's now that I'm becoming more and more successful, I'm realizing that I have to make more time to make sure I'm getting those IPAs in. When you first start, that's like all you have, you're just doing the IPAs that you're given. Well, when you start getting more successful, you have a team to run your own IPAs, this and that. So it's really important. I would say my biggest tip right now in my season is learning how to help my team and work with my team as well as work my business. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. But those are my biggest tips, is to constantly make sure you're doing your stuff as well as the stuff for, your team too. So that's kind of a balancing act that I'm learning right now.
Yeah, me too. I'm learning it too. I really am. I find that it's like almost easier and more fun to be in what they want to call management mode. Management mode sounds bad, but it's like when I think of management mode, I think about just being involved in my team, you know what I mean? And that's what I like to do. So it's hard for me to kind of get out of that and work my own personal business. I'm trying to find that balance too. Okay, I have one more thing for you, because you have a really, really, really close-knit team. You guys are so supportive. I am like, I don't know. I love being in your team chat. I love the way you guys cheer each other on. But I want you to drop your golden nugget of the way you do your IPAs in your chat. It's freaking gold.
Okay, so what I've been doing is I've been setting up a poll every morning, and I drop the IPAs in there, and everybody really likes it because it's, for one, we can stay accountable as we're going through our busy day. You know what I mean? So I drop them in the chat and they can like vote on it as they go. Also, it's accountability. So everybody's seeing each other click on those, and it's also motivating people like, okay, I need to get on it today, or whatever the reason is. It's just been really, really successful in my team chat, and I really like it. I'm going to continue to do that.
Oh yeah, I love it. And I think your chat really loves it. And you're right. It is like, so you guys, she literally does a poll every single morning in her chat, and each option to vote on is a different IPA. And so her team is voting on these IPAs all day long, and which pops the poll back up. And every time the poll is popped back up, it's like a reminder to her team, like, hey, somebody's working. Like, what am I over here doing? You know what I mean? It's gold.
Absolutely.
I really, really love it. Like, I'm probably going to start voting on your polls.
Yay. I would love that.
All right, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you for.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're going to here. I should have told you guys what order you guys were going in. Nobody knows. Okay. Let's pull on Taryn. Miss Taryn Hilton. Are you on here, honey?
Yes.
Hi, there she is. Okay, Miss Taryn Hilton, she grabbed the $4,000 bonus in like 8 seconds. So you haven't even been here that long, have you? How long have you been here?
Tomorrow's my 30 days.
Yeah, 8 seconds. It's been 8 seconds. Such a good job. Okay, so like, let's start with your three tips then. Like, how did you pull in $4,000 in volume in less than 30 days?
We have an inside joke in our family that Hiltons go big or we go home. And so my goal still for tomorrow is to hit any bonus I can in the first 30 days. It gave me something to look forward to. And it just, I don't know, why not try and reach for the moon? You know, if you land among the stars, at least you landed there.
Amen. There you go.
So I just kind of just started running.
So were you reaching out to people? Were you making posts? Were you doing both? Like what did a message look like that you would send to like a potential?
If I knew them, I would start out the conversation asking them how they've been or talking about a post they had posted. And as we got into that conversation, I would kind of base my speed on how fast I was going to go into it off of them. So they would tell me they're good and, you know, the little bit of small talk, and I would say something about their post and they would say something about mine, like, oh, I saw you're doing Thrive. And it'd be like, yeah, have you heard about it? And it would kind of just go from there. If I didn't know them, I kind of just reached out. I told myself the worst they could say is they weren't interested yet. And I reminded myself that it was yet.
Exactly.
And I've only been here 30 days. So a lot of people that I know and love and haven't got to see me actually using the products that long either. So now that I've been on them about a month, and I'm in your face. I'm kind about it, but I'm definitely a person that's in your face. So they're starting to come around.
That's awesome. You know what I love? Like what I just heard is I asked you what your biggest tip was, and your answer almost was mindset. You were like, I decided that I was going to go big. Like I wanted to go big. And that's a mindset thing. You know what I mean? That's a decision that you made like right off the bat. I'm not playing small. Like my mindset is large. You know what I mean? I love that. That's awesome. So what was the one thing that got you interested? Like, were you watching your enroller for a while, or what was the post or the message that finally got you to be like, okay, I'm in?
I've heard about Thrive on and off before, but I never really looked into it. But my upline, Pam, I used to work with her. So she's someone close that I know who's real. And I could see these real things happening to her. And I could see her energy levels different from when I had worked with her before. And she said something about a 3-day mini. So I messaged her, and and her first question was, well, are you interested in becoming a customer or promoter? And something in my gut just screamed promoting. This isn't something I would have never done. This is very outside my box. I'm social, but I'm not one to be like, hey, have you tried this? Like, this has completely changed my life. But Thrive and Le-Vel, from becoming a promoter and learning, and the products itself has given me an amazing amount of self-confidence.
I love that. I completely like relate to that. I love that. So I know you're in just barely 30 days, and you probably are in your warm market still. Have you gotten to the point to where you are like expanding your network yet and adding friends, growing your network?
Yes. So I promote on many platforms. So I use Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and my Facebook group was very small. And then I was like, okay, I remember hearing somebody say every 7 exposures an order. And so I was like, okay, but if I only have 100 friends on Facebook, that's not really going to do me a whole lot of good. So I started going through and adding friends of friends and family, and not attacking them right away, but letting them see me and the life that I'm living. And then either deciding to reach out and be like, oh, I'm Taryn, introducing myself. So yeah, I have grown it.
That's awesome. I love that. So are you growing it? How do you grow your network? Are you like random adding people? How are you growing it?
Yes and no for the random addings. I'm really particular. I am a single mom. So the things I do post on Facebook isn't just Le-Vel and Thrive. It's my children and our day-to-day basis and, you know, our home. So I like to add new people that I've never met before, but I like to make sure that they have the same kind of group. So it's not just a complete stranger, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and then that's going to give you something to even build a relationship with them on. You know what I mean? Like I'm always thinking like, I'm not going to go add like an 85-year-old biker dude to my page, because what am I going to build a relationship on with that person? I don't know anything about motorcycles. I'm not in my 80s, you know what I mean? So looking for people like-minded with similar kind of life setups and that kind of thing, that's a good idea. All right, honey, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on your bonus. I cannot wait to hear you grab your $12,000 one. I know that's going to happen.
It's coming soon. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, let's pull on Caitlin. Caitlin Domingo. Are you here, babe? You might be muted. If you're here, you might have to.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. Hey, no, don't be sorry. You're good. Okay, so Caitlin jumped in, grabbed her VIP 800 bonus in her first 14 days. So that means she got her commissions. She also got $100 in product credits, and she grabbed $400 cash, which if you guys like, I don't know, there's not another company out there that does that. Like the fact that you can come in and grab $1,320, or even if it's just the first half of that and it's the $600 portion of that, that's a huge thing for us to be able to offer people. So when we're out there and we're talking to like potential promoters about that, that's one thing that we should be like leading with or laying on the table every single time. You know, $1,320 is a lot of money. I don't care how much money you have. There's a comma in it. It's a lot of money, you know what I mean? So I'm sure that you were like attracted to that when you first started. So I'm curious, what was it that got you interested in promoting?
Yeah, so what got me interested in promoting was because at first I just had seen all these women on Thrive and like what amazing things it had done. So I wasn't particularly going in there to just promote. And then I started watching some videos of like their comp plan. I watched a couple of your videos and stuff, and I seen all the benefits you get from being a promoter through Thrive, you know, and you could thrive for free and everything. So that's really what got me started as like wanting to promote it.
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so how did you grab that bonus? Like, what were your conversations looking like? Did you reach out to friends and family, or what was your method of operation for grabbing that?
Yeah, so at first, to reach my 800, I just reached out to my small support group, you know, my close friends and family to kind of help me out. And then once they got theirs, they've, you know, started talking about it. And then I've done so many things to like get you know, to kind of like branch out and get other people on. But just with that initial 800 was, yeah, just close family and friends.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I think a lot of times people, you know, their time starts counting down and they just like go make one post or even post every day, and nobody's coming to their post or messaging them. And so they get really discouraged. And you know, a lot of this is learn as you go, and a lot of it is attraction marketing, and social media is a huge piece of it. However, I really feel like when you're in that first 14-day period, like you have to be super proactive. Like you want to be, you know, my first two promoters were my fiance and my mom, and neither one of them necessarily actively promote this, but it got me that first bonus. You know what I mean? So I think that was really, really smart that you went that way. So let me see. I want to know, especially since you're still brand new, like when you get somebody who says, what is Thrive, or they're interested in it, and you feel like you don't really know how to answer that question, because I get this so much. People are like, oh, what do I say? What do I do? What do you do like right then?
Okay. I'm kind of still like new to that. Like, right when people ask me right off the bat, you know, I don't really know exactly a response to give them. Like what's been working for me is I just talk about how it's made me feel and all the awesome things it's done for me and all the energy and stuff that it's brought for me. And also I did a lot of research on I get a lot of questions like, what do the patches do? And how I always explain it to people is it's kind of like similar to like a pain patch, how a pain patch would feed your body, but this feeds you like, you know, super good stuff like nutrients and your vitamins and everything. Yep. So yeah.
So awesome. So basically like you answer with your story, you know, like that's such a
Yeah.
huge piece of this. We don't have to know everything. If somebody came to me and said, what are the ingredients in the lifestyle capsules right now? I have no idea. I don't know. I feel like I couldn't save my own life if I needed to have that information. I don't know, but I know how they make me feel. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people who say, what is Thrive? We think they want to know what the products are, but really what they want to know is what will it do for them? Like, what is it doing for us? So you're right on, like answering with your story is perfect. Right on. Keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait to watch you grab 4K, probably happening this month, 100% happening this month. I'm going to claim that for you. And I'm really, really proud of you. Good job, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's pull on Jennifer Roulette. Jennifer Roulette just grabbed a $12,000 bonus and the auto bonus, which is so absolutely insane. Are you here, Jen?
Yep. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. You know what I love about Jennifer? Jennifer is like, what do you need? Okay, I'm there. She literally like spent the evening taking care of her sick baby. And when I asked her to jump on here, I was like, you know, if you can't, I get it. I know you had a long night. And she's like, I'm good. I'm there. Whatever you need. So I really, really, really appreciate you. So just tell us like a little bit about like you and what you were doing and how you came to find Thrive.
What was I doing? Well, I had a few knee surgeries, a foot surgery. I was like really, really super depressed. Moved across the country from my family. My husband died the night I had surgery. Like just a whole bunch of things. So I was like super crying, super depressed. And I was watching Sarah, and I work 40 hours a week in a pharmacy, which is super stressful. And I've been friends with Sarah for years. And I'm like, no, you sent me that other stuff. I didn't like that stuff. I don't want that stuff. And then I was like, okay, fine. You know, after like 5-6 months, I was like, okay, fine. Send it to me. And I was like, oh, okay. I started September 14th. And then I was like, this is some good stuff, man. Like, I'm like happier. People at work were like, do you have a secret boyfriend now that we don't know about? You know, this is like a few years after my husband passed. And I'm like, nope, I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. And I was like, Sarah, this is really good stuff. And she said, yeah, I know. And so September 29th, I was like, I think I need to tell people about it. So I went ahead and hit the promoter button and just started talking.
Awesome. So you, like you said, you work, hold on, I think someone's maybe unmuted. Hang on one second. You have this job that takes up a lot of your time. And so, you know, there's so many people who use that as an excuse, like, oh, I work 40 hours, so I can't do this, or I work 40 hours, so I don't have time to do this. They actually use that as an excuse. And I've never, ever, ever heard that from you. And so I don't know if you know how unique and special and like different, like set apart that makes you. But if you don't, it really, really does. It makes you like just, you know, amazing.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I'm not going to say it's a struggle because it's not a struggle. It's a time block thing. It's like, okay, everybody that I know knows that I work in a pharmacy. If you're going to message me, you're going to have to either get on my group chat because we have an amazing team and somebody there will help you, or you can wait till I get off work.
Right. I think time blocking is so important. When I first started, I was getting really overwhelmed because like a lot of our Zooms happened right at dinner time. You know, East Coast it was probably a good time for them, but for us over here on the West Coast, it was like right at dinner time. I was brand new in my recovery. It was really important for me to get on a schedule. And for me, that schedule was looking like, you know, I cook for my family every night. We sit down and we have dinner. But in the meantime, my phone was ding, 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 ding. And I felt like I couldn't like make those people wait. And so I learned time blocking really early on as well. And I just, during like certain hours, you know, when my kids got home from school in the morning, when I was getting them ready during that dinner time period, I just didn't pick up my phone. And as hard as that was, because I was always feeling like, oh, I'm going to miss this sale or something. But I learned that if someone's ready, you know, and it's just, they're not going to be like, oh, never mind if it's like an hour later, usually, you know what I mean? So time blocking is really important. So I want to know, like, for people that say that they don't have time, let's say like if you had 1 hour a day, how would you best spend that time in order to be able to like effectively build your business?
And let me clarify, I did not time block yesterday. I stayed on the phone all day.
Oh no, month end is different. month end is all rules are out the window.
There's certain days where I'm just like, okay, no, we have
I
to.
don't even know if my family ate yesterday at all, to be honest. So,
Yeah, I was on the
always.
phone. We rallied pretty good yesterday. I was pretty impressed. I'm really impressed by everybody. So if I had an hour a day, what was your question? If I had an hour a day, what?
How would you suggest somebody fill their, like if somebody's like, oh, well, all I have is 1 hour a day. Since you're so busy and you're doing such a good job building this outside of work, when you have limited time, how would you say to fill that hour? Like, what are your best income producing activities?
Do not get stuck on scrolling on thriving friends, because I've done that. Like sometimes my algorithm on Facebook is a lot of thrivers, and I unfortunately do not accept a lot of thriver requests. So if you're on here and you requested me and I haven't accepted it, I'm not being rude. I see you, but I don't want to mess up my algorithm. So what I do, if I had that 1 hour, only 1 hour, I do groups. Groups work for me. Unfortunately, in my life, the way it is, people that I know because of my past and things maybe don't believe what I'm doing, you know, that they don't believe it. So people that I know personally aren't engaging with my business at all. Like nobody, they're not doing it, anybody. So, well, that's not true. Yesterday I had my stepdad order some biotics or some balance or something, but groups really, really work well for me. So I would say if I had an hour, I would post in a group, interact with a group, add friends from a group, and add them to my, potential list. That's what I would do for an hour, because believe it or not, most of my team is groups.
I love that. I can relate to that.
Customers go, I mean, I've got, I'm in a pharmacy technician group, a couple of them. I work for Walgreens Pharmacy, so I'm in a Walgreens coworker group, and then I'm also in like a pharmacy technician group. And like, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I'm like always interacting with people that have questions, always interacting with people, just making crazy posts about pharmacy stuff. And that's where most of my people are pharmacy.
Yeah, so that's just like what Taryn said about, when she goes and adds people, she's adding people that look like that she might have something in common with them, So I am huge on groups too. I believe that they're like gold as far as you're not gonna get away with building a successful business and not building relationships. It's tedious, and it's the part of this that I think takes the most time, but it's so necessary. Like, we have to do that part, because we need people to know us, like us, and trust us. And so I think getting into groups, building those relationships in groups, number one, it gives people a reason to even accept your friend request when you send it. They're like, oh, I know this chick, we're in the same whatever group. And then number two, once you get them on your page, you guys are already like, you've already been talking in the group, you guys, know a little bit about each other. It's like a what's it called? It's like a shortcut kind of into the relationship building. You know what I mean? So I love that.
Yeah, like I'll just we'll be commenting on like a post or something, and I'll get in their messenger and I'll be like, oh my gosh, it wasn't that so funny that so-and-so said this on that post in the pharmacy thing. And then boom, that builds a relationship. And then eventually I take a long time building relationships, one, because I work all day, but I'm doing it. But once we start building and talking, it works out really well for me.
And so have you found that by doing that, do they just eventually see your stuff and ask you about Thrive, or do you bring it up?
I don't bring it up.
You don't know, you never bring it up? You wait?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, it's working for you.
Wait.
I
Like,
love that. Okay, so what are you gonna do with your payout is, I thought it was 1,200, but Michelle looked it up and somehow I think it's 1,300. So you have a $1,300 plus $300 auto bonus that's gonna drop. That's $1,600 extra every single month. What's that gonna do for your family?
oh, honey, that is going, we need to buy a house. I have to buy a house. I need a third bedroom for when my older kids come here. I need a house. That's what that's gonna go to.
I love that. That's life changing. You know, people are like, oh, how can a vitamin be life changing? That's how. Like,
Yeah.
that's changing your life. That's awesome. Well, I love you. I'm so
you.
beyond proud of you. I love your team. You're I love watching you like become this leader. And it's kind of funny because you're becoming a leader that reminds me exactly of Sarah, which means you're duplicating. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it should look. So I'm proud of you. You're doing an amazing job and I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Okay, let's hear from Miss Jenny Weed. Are you on here, Jenny? If you are on here, unmute. Let me see. I'm not seeing her actually. Oh, Jill said she's off. Okay. Okay, let's pull on Kayla Copeland. Are you on here?
Hi.
Hi, Kayla. What's up? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm really, really good. I'm excited to see your face. I've never got to talk to you before.
I know. It's always through Messenger.
I know. Okay, so I'm always curious. I'm going to ask everybody this because I want to know like what's getting people. You know what I mean? So what was it that got you? What was the post, the message, the phone call? What was it?
I was one of those skeptics right at the beginning. I was like, I heard a lot about pyramid scheme, like all the time. And so it was more of just like trying the product. I finally was just like, you know what, I'll just try it. And once I got it in my system, that's what really got me is that energy, man, the all natural energy, not having any time to where I feel tired because I'm busy all the time. So I would always get that 2 p.m. crash. I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired and I have little ones. So I was just ready to like go to bed at that time.
Yep.
So it was more of putting the product in my body for sure.
Yep, I was like on that same schedule. We were on the same nap schedule. I remember that was one of the first things I noticed too. I would always take a nap right before my kids got home from school because I needed that or else I wasn't going to get through that second part of that day. And when I realized like that I didn't need that nap, I was like, okay, what the hell is this? Like what voodoo magic is this? It was crazy. So you just grabbed a $4,000 bonus. That's absolutely amazing. That's extra $500 every single month for 8 months. That's crazy. And I would not put it past you to grab that $1,200 or $12,000 bonus this month. You're doing amazing. So what are your three, how did you go 4K? Like what are your three top power tips?
Well, my top tips were I was following the IPAs that you guys were putting in our groups. And that kind of like gets me, if I have something tangible, I'll get it done. Like if I have something, someone tells me to do something, I'll get it done. That's just my personality. So when I had those, I'm like, oh, okay, this seems interesting. It's easy enough. So I added new people. Before Thrive, I would always delete people. I'm like, I don't want all these people on my Facebook. There's just too much going on. And so now I'm actually doing the opposite. I'm like, oh, I need a few more people on here, get my network going. So definitely adding people really helped reach out because I've had people reach out to me. And then definitely working as a team because I haven't got here, especially for my upline. She's just amazing. I hit up Jill all the time. Jill's like, if I have every question, she's the one that gets me going and helps me to promote and give me the right skills to do that. So definitely reaching out and working as a team. And then last is the time management because I go to work 3 days a week and then I go to school as well part-time. So, and I'm a mom with my husband too at home. So it's like I'm busy all the time. So I have to make time mainly in the evening to make time to reach out is really what time management, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're kind of working your business in the nooks and crannies of your day, it sounds like too. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So I actually saw a question come across the chat, and I'll just ask this to you. Have you had anybody yet? I'm sure you probably have. We all get this. When people say they don't like it's too expensive, or what's your response to that? Do you just kind of let them go until they're ready, or do you try to work around their budget? What do you do with that?
All of the above, actually. I try to reach out and I try to, if I have the credits, I would offer some just to get to lock them in. But it's more of like I work around their schedule. If they are able to do it, then I can just help. Okay, well, when you're ready, let me know. We can get you going. A lot of the times, most of the times, I've been sending out samples just to those. So because I kept thing that was embedded into my head was get it into their bodies. The product speaks for themselves. So I would send out the samples for them. That way they know how it feels to keep them intrigued. And then I would hit them up when they're ready. So definitely that, but also the payment plan through that app that Level's also offering now, that's secure in most of the people.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually just learned about that. And that's actually not anything that has to do with Level, but there is an app out there that lets you like make purchases through their app, and you don't have to put all the money down at once. So I've seen a couple teams like going crazy with that. You know, I've seen like you guys are like, ask me about payment plans. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? When Jill told us about that, we were tripping. We were like, oh my gosh, what is like game changers, super crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Carnella, I think that's how you say it, but it's not Level. It's just an app that you download and they accept that as a payment option. So
yeah,
it's
it's
really
it's called Klarna.
Klarna. There we go.
Klarna. Jill,
I know.
Jill taught us all about Klarna. Well, I'm really, really excited for you. You're on such an amazing team. Like you guys keep it pumping, keep it rocking, keep it exciting. And I think that's so important. Staying close to your team, like you said, reaching out to your upline when you have questions, like whatever you're doing, it's working, keep doing it. And I can't wait to see you grab that 12K, that
Thank
car.
you. I'm excited.
Thank you for hopping on.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I want to touch on one thing that she was talking about. She said that, like, you know, first of all, she said that all it took was for her to get it in her body. So at first she was like, no, I don't want these people on my page even. I don't want like anything to do with your pyramid scheme. And then she popped 2 capsules and she was like, oh, F it, never mind, I'm in. You know what I mean? So that's pretty powerful. Like our products, if we just get them in people's hands, can really, 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 I mean, look at what it did for Kayla. It brought on a 4K promoter who's going to go 12K, who's going to keep going. And all that had to happen was for her to get it in her body. And then I also wanted to touch on pyramid scheme. I get this question a lot, like, what do you say to somebody who says it's a pyramid scheme? And just so you guys know, like pyramid schemes are actually, they're against the law. They're punishable. They're a crime. They're illegal. You're not allowed to have them. And Level is a absolutely regulated, completely legitimate business, recognized, you know what I mean? We're debt free. We've done like $3 billion in 9 years. We have a product. I think usually pyramid schemes don't even have a product, you know? So just know that if you guys are getting that question, just let them know, like we're a recognized legal company, and pyramid schemes are illegal. Another thing that I'll do when people say like, that's a pyramid scheme, I'll say, oh, what's a pyramid scheme? Because you guys don't even know, like so many times it's just something that rolls off their tongue because they think it sounds good or they heard it somewhere or whatever. But 99% of the time when I say, oh, what is that? What's a pyramid scheme? They have no idea what to say. They don't even know what it is. It's just something they heard somewhere. And so it kind of gets them to like stop and step back and be like, oh, well, I guess I don't even know. You know what I mean? So just know that we're definitely not a pyramid scheme. All right, so we have Michelle. Boo Boo.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Oh, is she asleep?
No, I was being a creeper on Facebook.
Oh, Jennifer, didn't you hear Jennifer's power tip? She said no creeping on Facebook.
I didn't hear her say that. Roulette?
She said no creeping other thrivers at least.
Oh, no. Oh, damn. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so let me start you with that. So you guys, Michelle is our amazing leader. Michelle signed me up. Thank God for Michelle because my life has changed. It's led to this amazing organization of over 1,000 promoters. And I mean, you know, we have over 1,000 promoters, only like half of those are qualified and active. And then if you guys look at the participants on here, there's 25 people on this Zoom right now. So right off the top, I want you guys to know that you guys are like the 1%. Like, I know that's probably not the right math, 25 out of 1,000, but they say like there's the people that show up are the ones that are going to do this. You know what I mean? So you guys are here, you guys are shown up. So first of all, kudos to everybody on here. So Michelle, talking about like, can you just talk a little bit about, oh wait, hold on. Michelle just grabbed a $12,000 bonus on her daughter's account last year when they dropped rank advancement bonuses. She grabbed the $40,000 bonus. And so she just now ranked her daughter's account to $12,000 a month, $1,200 a month. So just talk a little bit about like how your finances have changed since you have grabbed these bonuses and pushed hard and like made this happen for your family.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not giving anybody any advice. I'm just going to tell you the rundown on the bonuses. Yeah, don't take this as advice. I was actually working a minimum wage job 30 hours a week, so you can do the math on that. When I signed as a promoter and I got the job, it was literally the same month. And in January 2019, they announced rank advancements. They were half the volume. And I knew at that point, about 2 weeks into the bonuses, that I had a better chance of making more of an income doing this than I did at that job. So I kind of took a leap of faith and I walked out. Once again, that's not advice. I don't recommend quitting your job, but that was just kind of where I was at the moment. And there was some things going on at that job that were less than desirable. So that played a part in it too. But so I grabbed the 4K bonus, which was $2,000, about 2 weeks after that. And then the following month, I grabbed the 12K bonus, which was $6,000 the following month. And that was literally like, it's not a huge amount of money or anything, but it was life changing at the time. And I just kept going. I mean, our team was growing, that year, 2019, a lot of new people were coming on. It was kind of like what's happening now, just like on a smaller scale. And so I don't know, we were just running, getting people on Thrive, shouting at it loud and proud, talking to everybody that we could. And then in October of 2019, I hit the $40,000 bonus, and that changed the game. That payout is $3,333. And I don't know anybody on this planet, I don't care how much money you already have, that doesn't need an extra $3,300 a month. So, I mean, what that did for me was it enabled me to pay all of my bills on that day. You know what I mean? It eliminated that paycheck to paycheck vibe. And I just kept going. I didn't always hold that. I'm not going to lie. I didn't. I actually had somebody quit, fall off, and that's fine too. I kept going. I know what I have my hands on here. I know how many people that we can help. I know how many, lives still need to be changed, the people that are not here with us yet. And then now I'm going after the 80K bonus, which I'm really close to. Oh man, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. I'm a bonus chaser, and you'll hear leaders say like, it's not all about bonuses. It's about residual. And that's 1000% true. So if you don't grab a bonus, don't be bummed out, because if you stick with this company, this team, this product, this comp plan, your life is going to change in 5 years or less, guaranteed, no matter what. However, I'm a bonus chaser. When there's cash on the table, I'm going to put everything that I have into it to grab the biggest one that I can. And so at the end of the day, you know, or at the end of bonus season, if I don't get it, I want to be able to at least say, I gave it my all. I tried really hard. I ran really fast. You know what I mean? But I don't even know the money, and I hate using the word money because it sounds kind of whatever, but it is what it is. Like, you need money to breathe basically at this point in time, but it's just changed my life. I mean, I'm a single mom of 3 kids and they're expensive, you know,
Yeah.
even though they're older, the kids cost money. Even if you only have one, it costs money. And so I don't know. I don't know if I'm rambling. I just can't say enough about this company. I was in other companies before this. Yeah, it's not, it's a different game over here.
Yeah, I know. You drug me into one.
Yeah, I know. Listen, you guys, like, Lacey and I combined in 1 year at the place we were before this, combined incomes, it was like $2,700 in 1 year. Like, that's crazy. And the reason why it was like that is because the compensation plan was not set up for people to win. You have to know what you have your hands on here with our comp plan. It's very different. You don't have to count on other people to rank in order for you to hit your goals. And, you know, because it's volume based, it's different. I'd never seen anything like that before. So, I mean, we're very, very, very fortunate to have what we have right now.
Yeah, and like you said about residual income, it is something that, like, it's so crazy to me that all you have to do is work your business consistently in the correct ways. Like, I heard somebody one time say, you know, we always say consistency is the key, consistency is the key. And then I heard somebody on a Zoom go, that's not true, because you can consistently do nothing. You can consistently not do IPAs. You can consistently stock other thrivers. Like, you can consistently do the wrong things and your business is not going to grow. But if you're consistently doing the things that your successful other thrivers are doing, then that's all you have to do to make this a successful business. And on residual income, like, you guys, I sat at 12K for 11 months, but during those 11 months, even though I was still not just a 12K, but even though I was still a 12K during each of those 11 months, my paycheck grew every week, every month. It was bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's that residual income. Like, I don't know, it blows my mind. So let's go back to, like, the thrivers thing real quick. I think you're really good about being careful about who's on your page for the most part. And let me just say, you guys, like, if you're sending friend requests, if you're, like, you know, jumping in and you're in your team chat, and so you're like, okay, and you're going to friend request everybody in the team chat, that's totally normal. Everybody does that. Like, it's not weird that you do that, but I would highly, highly recommend against that. And also, if you're going to send somebody a friend request and they don't accept it and they're another thriver, do not take that personal. I promise you, they're doing you a favor. They're doing you a favor and they're working their own business the right way. So Michelle, can you just, like, talk a little bit about why you don't put thrivers on your page?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sorry, it's been a wild day. Because what happens is if you have a ton of thrivers on your page, or you're following all thrivers, or you're only looking at thrivers, or you're only messaging thrivers, Facebook keeps you connected to those people only. So you're going to miss out on, you shouldn't be scrolling anyways, but you do have to scroll for a minute to, like, look at what people are posting. You know what I mean? But if you're scrolling for, let's say you set a timer and you're like, I'm only going to scroll for 5 minutes. If you're scrolling for 5 minutes and all you're seeing is other thrivers, you're you're not looking for new friendships or people that, you know, want to be in the business with you, or you want them to be in the business with you. And not only that, they're not seeing you either, because the people that you're in Messenger with and interacting with on their posts, that's who's seeing your stuff. So I don't know if that was a really good explanation, but
Well, yeah,
what you
basically,
wanna-
you know, if you're seeing whoever you're seeing, if you scroll your Facebook for a few minutes, the people's posts that you see, those are the people that are seeing your posts too. And so if all you're seeing is thrivers, then thrivers are what's seeing your post too. And that's kind of not what we're looking for. We want to be able to make a business post, make a product post, make any post and reach non-thrivers, you know, so that if all your likes are thrivers and all the posts that you see in your newsfeed are thrivers, then you have some work to do on your algorithm, and you can reach out to your upline and they'll help you with how to do that.
Right. Well, I mean, one hack on that, like if you just refuse to unfollow, let's say you have 10 thrivers that, you know, you're not going to unfollow them. You want to see their stuff. One way to like hack that is to work out of Messenger. And they say that our leaders tell us that the millions are made in Messenger. So you can literally interact in Messenger all day with, of course, you're going to interact with your team, but send people messages. Literally, I've had people send me a message before because they're on the same mission as we are. Just because they're in another company doesn't mean, you know, that they're not on the same mission. And they'll send me a message and then boom, I open up my app and there's their post. So that's a very, very effective way for people to see your stuff. If you know, have a friend that's not thriving with you yet and you want them thriving with you, send them a message. It doesn't have to be about Thrive. You can just have a genuine conversation with them, and chances are, I would say it's a very, very high chance that they're going to see the next post that you make. So like Lisa teaches us to interact before you make a post, interact after you make a post. And if you can do that on people's pages and in Messenger, like if you double up, like if you see somebody post something and you comment on their post and then you go straight to their Messenger and you say something like, oh my gosh, that post, or, you know, but be genuine. Don't be fake about it. Like start a genuine connection. That's going to switch up your algorithm too.
And one way that I really love to kind of like make that a quick, easy thing, and it doesn't always lead to a conversation, but going up into stories and replying to other people's stories gets you right in their Messenger too. And so that instantly gives you something to talk to them about. You know what I mean? Like you're replying to their story. So there's something, boom, right there in your face. You have something to say about it. That gets you right in their messengers as well. So Patricia just asked a question in the chat. She said, do you add people that promote other companies?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I absolutely do. Like I said a few minutes ago, they're on the same mission as we are. I've been getting, you know, here's the thing that I want to touch on, because you asked other people this, but you didn't ask me. What was the thing that attracted me to Thrive? I heard you ask a couple of people that. And the thing that got me is because where I was at, I was not winning and I was not helping anybody win. And when I saw Stephanie, you know, posting all of her team winning and going on trips and earning free product and earning free cars, and I mean, they were happy and energetic and they were just winning. They weren't doing what I was doing, which was struggling. I'm not saying it's all rainbows and butterflies over here all the time. It kind of is, but it's what I was doing. I was struggling and it was not fun. It was not fun. And so that's what attracted me to Stephanie, is her showing me and everybody else on her page other people's successes. And so since I've been doing that the past few days in my stories and on my timeline, in fact, I need to go buck wild right now. I'm about to blow up my whole timeline with all these ranks and stuff. I've had a lot of people in my Messenger that like one girl messaged me last night and she's like, congratulations, something, something. And I looked and we hadn't talked in like a year. So I promise you, people are watching. You know, if, let me look at the chat. I see something popping up.
You're good.
Okay. The thing about it is I lost squirrel. You take over, Lacey. I scrolled out right now because I tried to look at the chat.
No, you're good. No, we got the gist. So yes, absolutely add people that are doing other companies, because I mean, my thought is if they're not with Lavelle, then they're just not with Lavelle. I don't care what other company they're with. They don't have the product, they don't have the comp plan, they don't have the team, they don't have the community, they don't have the trips, they don't have the car bonus. Like, they don't have what's going on over here. And so absolutely add them. They're probably going to want it once they see it. So we have 4 minutes left. What are your top 3 power tips, like for people that are just at any part in their business, I guess?
Wow. I've been getting a lot of samples out, a lot of customer accounts lately. And I've been doing that because I've been consistently, I literally don't have a story up right now, so shame on me for using that word, but keeping the product in our stories, like shout outs and product in our stories is huge. Because you're not putting it in their face. Like, of course I shout out on my timeline, don't get me wrong, but I spam my own stories with product. Who wants to try a mini? Look what this girl just did. Look what that girl just did. Like, over and over and over again, because when you post, some people might get sick of you posting, and that's on them. If they want to delete you and be like, oh, she's annoying, that's on them. However, when it's in your story, they're choosing to go there. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a mindset thing. They're choosing to click on your story. They're choosing to view it, and versus like your timeline, it's just going to pop up, if that makes sense. So that's one thing that I've been doing that's been pretty lucrative lately. Go live. And I haven't went live since I got home from Florida, but I'll tell you what, I was going live quite a bit, you know, while we were traveling. And even before that, we did a 30-day live challenge. We need to do another one of those, just because, not even gonna lie, I fell short on that. And but I picked it back up when we were traveling. It was just easier, you know, lots more stuff to show or whatever than just sitting at your house. But I got quite a bit of like new people messaging me, a lot of ordering people, and they were saying, some of them were saying, oh yeah, I watched your 30 live. Okay, now I'm embarrassed because I didn't even finish it, but I mean, life happens or whatever. So I think we're going to do another live challenge. It probably won't be for 30 days, but anyway, so lives. And you know what, you guys, listen, if you're scared to go live, I'm going to tell you right now that I was too. I literally kind of had a joke, like Stephanie would be like, you can't go 200K without going live. And I would hit the next rank, and I would hit the next rank, and I'd be like, oh, looks like I'm doing just fine. But the reality of it is you stand out when you go live, because everybody on Facebook posts, but not everybody goes live. So think about when you're scrolling, you don't stop and read every single post. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people probably that see your post probably just scroll right by it. So when you're going live, they get more of who you are. They know you're a real person. You're not just just a typed set of words or whatever. So stories, lives, and stay excited. And you know what? I can't even like take credit for that. I've watched girls on this team stay excited, and I literally have witnessed that, like, in my own head. There's no secret to this industry, but if there is, it's stay excited, use the product correctly, try to eat healthy. You don't have to eat salad every single day or anything like that, but let the product work in your body, but also work for the product.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, it's 8:30, it's 8:31 actually, so we're gonna hop off. Michelle, thank you. Everybody who was on here, thank you so much. You guys, we know that those tax just dropped. I don't know how many are left on the website. They did say it was gonna be a limited quantity. So, I mean, this is the time where you go and message everyone, like everyone who's ever made a account with you but never ordered, everyone who just ordered yesterday. Like, I don't care if they ordered 2 minutes before the tax dropped, message them and let them know what just happened, because this is not only it's just a big deal. Like, it's a big deal product wise for us, and if it wasn't attached to such an important cause, it would still be a big deal, but it's attached to an important cause, and so people want to help, you know what I mean? Like, the first thing that I did when I placed my order tonight, this is kind of embarrassing, but I bought 8 I bought 8 tacks, and the first thing I thought was, that's $40. Like, I wasn't going to go on a cancer foundation website tonight and donate $40. I wasn't thinking about it, but I knew what I was doing when I placed that order. I knew that the more I ordered, the more money was going to go to these foundations. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a big deal. This is going to be super exciting. All right, you guys, I love you guys. We will see you next Monday.